Ladies and gentlemen, there is no other checking account or savings account that I know of that offers a 3.3% APY on up to $20,000. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Beat of Business with me, Ravi Wadan, and today I'm going to review the Evansville Teachers Federal Credit Union Vertical Checking Account. Now, not many people know this, but this checking account just got the distinguished honor of being Newsweek's best checking account for 2022, and I don't disagree with that one bit. What makes this checking account so special is that it offers 3.3% APY on up to $20,000, which is absolutely amazing when you compare it to other popular savings accounts. In fact, I went to bankrate.com just to look at their best savings accounts for October of 2021. And as you can see, the APYs offered from Marcus by Goldman Sachs and Sallie Mae and Citi top out at 0.5%. Ladies and gentlemen, as good as these savings accounts may sound, they don't even keep up with inflation. So in essence, you are technically losing money every single day you keep your money in one of these accounts. And that's what makes this Evansville Teachers Federal Credit Union checking account so awesome. Its 3.3% APY exceeds the roughly 2% inflation rate, and that makes it, at least in my opinion, the best place to keep your savings. Now, in this video, I will go over this vertical checking account in detail because there are definitely some, quirks and features that you should know about. But before I do that, if you could hit that thumbs up button and if you could hit that subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you could actually leave a comment below saying that you subscribed, I will be sure to respond. And before I go into the next section of this video, I want to clarify that anyone can open this account. You don't need to be a teacher and you don't need to meet any other special requirements. In fact, it says it right there on their website, not a teacher, not a problem. And the Evansville Teachers Federal Credit Union is a well-established credit union that's been around since 1936. And as of the end of 2020, they have over 239,000 members and have physical locations in Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. In terms of who this account is for, I think that this account could be utilized by just about anyone, regardless of your age or where you are in your career. You could use this account as your primary checking account, or you could simply use it as your emergency fund. Either way, it's a great option with its 3.3% APY. Now, let's talk about emergency funds for a second, because I know a lot of you like to keep 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in an emergency fund. And many of you, don't want to put your emergency fund in the stock market or any other type of investment where it could possibly lose its value. Now, if that sounds like you, this ETFCU vertical checking account is perfect for you. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no other checking account or savings account that I know of that offers a 3.3% APY on up to $20,000. If you want a little more context on what that means, let's take a look at this chart. Now, this chart shows the 31-day earnings if you had a ETFCU vertical checkings account. Now, if you had a daily balance of $10,000, you'd be earning $27.60 a month by having this checking account. And if you kept a balance of $20,000, you'd be earning $55.21 a month just by parking your money in this checking account. So in summary, you could use this account as your emergency fund, or you could use it as your primary checking account, or you could use it as your savings account. Now, whatever way you choose to use it, it's a great choice, and that's why it's getting the national recognition that it's getting. Okay, so how do you get the 3.3% APY? If you're wondering, don't worry, that's what I'm going to cover in this section. Now, first off, you will need to create an account online, and registering for an account is very easy. All you need is your driver's license or other form of identification, your complete physical and mailing address, and you need a funding method. In addition to this, you will need to fulfill 4 requirements to get the 3.3% APY every single year. The first requirement is 15 or more debit card purchases every single month. Now, for many of you, that's not going to be an issue, especially if you're using your ETFCU issued debit card for your daily purchases. But I also have a way to get around this because I confirmed with a user that you can kind of hack this 15 or more transactions by using Venmo. Essentially, you can send your friends or your wife or your husband 15 transactions via Venmo for, let's say, $1, and that would satisfy this requirement. The second requirement is that you need at least one direct deposit into the account every single month. Now, this would include deposits made by your employer issuing payroll or a federal or state government agency paying benefits. The third requirement that you need to fulfill is at least one online or mobile banking login a month. Now, this is pretty easy. All you need to do is download the app or log into your account online at least once a month. Pretty straightforward. And the fourth requirement of this account is that you need to elect to receive electronic statements. Again, this is a simple requirement, and I think most of us are doing this anyways, whether it's with our credit cards or with our insurance policies. All right, in this section of the video, I want to cover the fine print of this checking account. And after reading the fine print very thoroughly, there isn't anything outlandish that I found, but there are definitely some things that I want to cover. The first thing that I want to cover is that this annual percentage yield of 3.3% is accurate as of October 6th, 2021. Now, to my knowledge, this 3.3% APY has been offered for the past couple of years, but just note that nothing is promised forever. I mean, things could change this month or next month or perhaps next year, so just be sure to check this out from time to time. The next thing I want to point out is that there is a minimum deposit of $25 required to open this account. Again, I don't think that this should be an issue for most of you, but it is something that I want to point out. The third thing that I want to point out is that ATM transactions do not qualify as debit card purchases. So if you want to fulfill your 15 or more debit card purchases every single month, going to the ATM does not count. The fourth thing that I want to point out, and this is actually more of a feature of this account, is that this account actually comes with an ATM fee reimbursement of $15 per account per month. So many of you, like myself, may not live in an area where ETFCU ATMs are readily available, but just know that you can pull out your cash 3 to 5 times a month, depending on where you withdraw it, without having to pay out of pocket to use an ATM. And I also did a little more research, and I wanted to point out that ETFCU is actually a part of the Co-op Shared Banking Network. And if you go to a credit union that is also a part of this network, you won't have to pay an ATM fee at all. So you'd only be charged on ATM withdrawals like the ones that you do at a gas station, or if you go to a Chase or a Bank of America ATM. And lastly, I want to point out that the debit card that comes with this account is co-branded with MasterCard, so it would be accepted anywhere that MasterCard is accepted. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are my final thoughts on the Evansville Teachers Federal Credit Union Vertical Checking Account. I'd have to say that this account is the best checking or savings account available on the market right now. Now, based on my research, there is nowhere else in this country where you can get a guaranteed 3.3% return on your money on up to $20,000. Yes, there are definitely some stipulations and some criteria that you would have to meet, and the hardest is probably, at least for me, would be the 15 or more debit card transactions a month. But that can easily be achieved just by using Venmo. But honestly though, it just amazes me how many people still keep their money in savings accounts that offer basically nothing in terms of interest. And with inflation the way it is right now, across the board, whether you're buying groceries or you're buying a used car or electronics or even supplies or just about anything, you don't want to lose your buying power to inflation. And with this ETFCU vertical checking account, you're not losing your money to inflation. And like I said earlier, this is probably the easiest way to get 3.3% guaranteed APY on up to $20,000. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it a video. Thank you all for watching, and if you subscribe to my channel, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will definitely get back to you. Also, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will definitely respond to you. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.